Hi friend, this video is targeted for engineer and lead level ETL testing professionals who are currently working on ETL testing project or in the past have worked on any of the ETL testing project. Also, this is for those professionals who are in manual testing and want to switch over to ETL testing. This video is based on my experience of 10 plus years interviewing ETL testing professionals in the roles of engineer, leads, and managers. It has an it was an easier task for me to deliver ETL testing projects on time with great quality. And the only challenge that I have always faced was about getting a right resource for ETL testing from the market. Thus, I thought I'll come up with this to help professionals to only go for ETL testing job interviews when they know that they have or they are at the intermediate to advanced level of mandatory skills specified in this video. And it would always be better to get it validated through some external individual about their level of skills uh, level of mandatory skills instead of verifying that in the actual interviews. With this, I'll first briefly talk about myself and then go into mandatory and optional skills. Again, reiterating that if you are not at intermediate to advanced level of mandatory skills, please don't attend the actual ETL testing interviews. With this, about me, I have total 24 years of leading testing teams and building testing center of excellence. Out of that, over 10 years of experience in building ETL testing teams. I have developed various automation frameworks that dramatically accelerated web UI testing, API testing, database testing, and ETL testing. I've delivered multiple comprehensive ETL and data warehouse training covering testing and automation. I've conducted 10,000 plus interviews, which of which 3,000 plus in ETL testing. So my 10,000 plus interviews spans across areas like manual testing professionals, the lead levels, managers in the areas of API testing, ETL testing, uh, automation testing using Selenium and Python, using Selenium and Java. Okay, so these were the areas in which I have interviewed the candidates. Now with this, we'll go to building a winning ETL testing resume. So what all mandatory skills should be part of your resume and what all additional skills. But when we talk about additional skills that are not mandatory, you can go into the market even without the optional skills. But mandatory skills specified here are the need of the market. Okay. With that, yes, we'll go into mandatory skills. The mandatory skills that would be required are expertise in one of the databases, either MySQL, Oracle, or Postgres. Okay, a programming language, Python or Java, working knowledge of Linux commands, ETL and data warehouse concepts, and uh, experience of writing various test cases within ETL and data warehouse. Now getting into the details of each of these. Within database expertise, RDBMS concepts including normalization should be able to write advanced level queries for data manipulation and data validation. Within programming language, you should be able to write basic to intermediate or advanced programs. Okay. Working knowledge of Linux commands, you should know the commands for managing files, navigation within the Linux system, and system interaction, overall system interaction within the Linux. Okay. Coming to ETL and data warehouse concepts and test case writing, you should possess a deep understanding of ETL and data warehouse processes. You would have designed comprehensive test cases to cover various test scenarios. So these are mandatory skills, and please ensure that you have intermediate to advanced level of understanding in each of these, and your concepts within the database, the programming language, or when we talk about Linux or ETL data warehouse, your concept should be very, very strong. Okay. Now, switching over to optional or additional skills. These skills are just to boost up your resume, but otherwise, yes, this would not have any like if you have mandatory skills also, it would add up to your resume. Your resume would definitely be getting selected for the interview. So now coming to additional skills, these are the additional skills if you have, this would add up value to your profile compared to a person only with the mandatory skills. So the additional skills could be in the areas of scripting language or knowledge of any of the ETL tool, knowledge of Jenkins CI/CD pipeline, version control system, and integration testing. Now, getting into the details of each of those. So you need to have knowledge of Perl or shell scripting, since we are talking about Linux commands. And the reason we are talking about Linux environments is basically, if you see most of the deployments or the servers that are used for databases or ETL applications are in Linux systems. So that is where you need to have a good understanding of Linux commands. Okay. In addition to Linux commands, if you have these additional skills of working with Perl or Shell, would definitely add up to your profile. Knowledge of one of the ETL tool, it could be any of the tools, and usually it is like from the testers, it is not expected. The reason being, there could be cases where most of the ETL projects, what happens is the ETL jobs are run by the development team. And once the ETL jobs they are run as part of the build script. And once the ETL jobs are run, that is where the ETL testers get into testing the data. Okay, so for that reason, yes, the knowledge of the ETL tool would not be mandatory, but it would definitely add up to your profile. And within my team, I have even seen uh, QA ETL testing engineers. They go to developers and uh, understand how the ETL jobs are written, how the transformation logics are implemented in the ETL tool. So that would definitely add up to their profile. The other thing is you need to have an understanding of Jenkins CI/CD, because now with everything moving towards cloud and companies moving towards the continuous integration and continuous deployments, that is where companies, so the test cases that you would be writing would be put into one of the version control systems. And as part of the Jenkins CI/CD pipeline, once the build is deployed, the ETL jobs are run automatically. Your test cases would be taken from the version control system and they are run as part of the CI/CD pipeline. So for that reason, you need to have a very good understanding of Jenkins CI/CD pipeline, and this would add up definitely to your resume. Version control system, because whatever test cases that you write, you uh, test cases or the SQL scripts that you write, you basically version control that into one of the version control systems. So for that reason, the knowledge of version control system is definitely required. Integration testing, because within the ETL pipeline, what happens is like there's not a single system that is working. It is multiple systems which are integrated to each other. So for that reason, you need to ensure that you have knowledge of integration testing as part of the extraction process, where the data is moved from the source systems into your staging area. There are APIs. The data even comes from the APIs. Okay, so for that reason, yes, the knowledge of integration testing would definitely help you out. And in addition to the knowledge of integration testing, familiarity with any of the SOAP tools, API testing tools like SOAP UI, Postman, or REST Assured would add up to your profile. So now, so basically, you can reach out to me at upskilltestingcareer@gmail.com. I am very active on emails. Um, so for if you send me an email, you can expect a response in 6 to 12 hours. So that is my response time for each email that I get. Okay. In addition to this, if you need any assistance in cracking ETL interviews or any interviews related to testing, whether it is manual, Selenium automation, or uh, database testing or API testing, you can reach out. I even do consultations on providing help to uh, companies as well as individuals on what are the automations they can do within their ETL test cases. If you're looking for mock interviews, I do take mock interviews, and my hit ratio for mock interviews is very good. Okay. So as part of mock interviews, I ensure that I give the required feedback and the areas of the improvements, so that the candidate can work on those areas. And if in case you have any doubts or you're not clear on any specific question, you can even ask me. Even I do assist professionals who want to switch, do a career shift from manual to automation testing. Okay. If you want to upgrade your skills in ETL data warehouse concepts, you can get in touch with me. If you want to upgrade your skills, RDBMS concept skills, or upgrade your skills on writing intermediate to advanced level queries, you can definitely reach out to me. I have very good hands-on experience on all these areas, including the PL SQL programming. So if you want to uh, be trained on PL SQL, please reach out to me. Linux fundamentals, including shell and Perl scripting, if you want any trainings on these areas, yes, you can reach out to Python or Java programming language. Yes, I do have very good knowledge on Python or Java programming language. And as I said, like I have built up various automation frameworks. Thus, I can help you out. What are the specific areas that you would be needing within Python or Java to ensure that, yes, you are able to write good code in Python or Java. And the reason, and mostly I recommend Python for uh, testing professionals who want to switch their career from manual to automation. Reason, it is easier to learn. Uh, so, so, and also I provide group and one-on-one training also on all the testing areas. So this is my first video in this series, and going forward, I'll come up with short videos with couple of interview questions and their answers. In order for me to come up with more and more videos in future, request you to subscribe to my channel and like my videos. The way I am coming up with this series to help you, the same way looking forward from you to send the link of these videos to your friends so that more and more people take the benefit and grow or upskill their testing career. Thanks for going through my video, and I'm sure it was helpful to you. As specified, if you have any queries, I am just an email away from you. Thank you. All the best. Bye bye.